Well, actually, this is as real as it gets.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
Welcome to the latest segment of the UCW Radio Show. This is your host, Lou Velasquez, and I want to thank all of our listeners, as I do, for your continued support just by listening to the show. In just a little while, we're going to have a model actress, Veronika London, on the show. She's coming to us straight from Canada. But before we bring her on the show, we need to talk about a couple of things. I've been speaking about this, pretty much every week, about the Ultimate Body TV reality show. It's the first of its kind. It's a bodybuilding reality show brought to you from the mind of David Lyons. He's also the producer of Hog Heaven and Creepers. So he's done some things, a lot of things. And anyway, the premise of the show, I can really go into it. But what I want to do is play the promo so that you can hear more about it. I guess in the environment that it's intended. So just listen to this, to the Ultimate Body reality show promo.
In the challenge of their lives, 26 ordinary people train the old-fashioned way through blood, sweat, and tears as they compete for the title of the Ultimate Body. In this compelling dog-eat-dog reality drama, the contestants are paired together as training partners by host, champion bodybuilder Mr. USA Bob Ciccarello. 4 personal trainers help each pair survive the grueling and extreme training routines combined with rigid contest dieting. And if that's not enough, they must also face extreme challenges by the trainer from hell. While living together for 10 weeks in a city where dreams come true, unexpected temptations and shocking alliances toughen up the competition for the contestants who must eliminate a pair of training partners each week. When the dust settles, the training partners split and everyone stands alone. 6 men battle on stage for the ultimate male body. 6 women face off for the ultimate female body. As 3 celebrity judges, Hall of Fame bodybuilder Rich Gaspari, Bikini Pro Marcia Prince, and Natural Mr. Universe Doug Burns decide who ultimately will win their title and walk away with a feature in a major magazine, a fitness endorsement deal, and $50,000 in cash from sponsors, Gaspari Nutrition and Anytime Fitness. Who has what it takes to become the Ultimate Body?
And as I said, we're doing the Ultimate Body radio show, and we're pretty happy about that. The next thing on tap is celebrity boxing, and Stephen Baldwin, he created the Now More Than Ever Fund. He actually went to see U.S. troops, and it sparked something in him, and he developed a fund. So him, along with Christopher Gambino, he's a socialite, author, businessman, and he, together, they have the celebrity boxing, and it's to support our troops. Now, on Wednesday, February 3rd, 2010, they're having the event at the over 18,000, or even probably over 19,000 seat Bank Atlantic Center in Sunrise, Florida. And the main event just makes sense. Chris Gambino versus Stephen Baldwin, and Roy Jones Jr. just signed on, and a bunch of other top names are coming on as well. So you're not going to want to miss this one. The website is mycelebrityboxing.com, and again, we're doing the radio for the event, so it should be a lot of fun. And also, we want to connect with our listeners, so you can feel free to call us. We are actually going live with the weekly show now, so you can give us a jingle and get involved. Our number is 323-952-4369. That's 323-952-4369. We want to hear from you. Leave your questions and comments for our guests that are on the show. Get involved. Make it work for you, and you can get on the show. And also, if you're on Twitter, you can actually send me a tweet as well. And my Twitter name is Luis Velasquez. That's LOUISVELAZQUEZ. Follow me and tweet away. Now, before we bring on Veronika London, I want to talk about Maxmouth. You know, you have the internet, which is the future, without a doubt. And Maxmouth is basically, They're right there, smack dab in the middle, with music, movies, film, everything, radio, everything. Internet is all about them, and they're doing some fantastic things. But I want to also play their promo so you can get familiar with them. And the website is maxmouth.com, so you will want to check it out.
Hey guys, I'm Anitra, and welcome to Maxmouth. We're here on location at the always awesome Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, I don't know if it's your first time at Maxmouth, but let me tell you a little bit about us. Maxmouth is the hottest new online entertainment company where you come to be seen, be heard, and be found. If you haven't taken the time yet, you need to register, because you wouldn't want to miss out on any of the Maxmouth exclusives like Beyond Intuition. It's a paranormal exclusive by Jamie Butler. Or shows from our Emmy Award-winning producer, Jeanette Barber. Or, how about my favorite, On the Road? Before I let you go, I'm going to ask you to do me a few favors. Number 1, I want you to register. Number 2, I want you to tell a friend. And number 3, make sure you watch your mouth.
Hey, this is Marcia Prince, IFBB Bikini Pro and Guest Berry Nutrition spokesmodel. And you are listening to the UCW radio show. In your face.
Now, without further ado, let's patch in model and actress Veronika London. Veronika, thank you for being on the UCW radio show. It's great to have you on. I know you're in the middle of doing some stuff, so it's good to have you on the show this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are more than welcome. And I say this every show. I always appreciate the time that our guests put aside for us, because everyone has things going on, and so it's good for you to do that. Now, I'm going to give our audience just some broad strokes about you, so they have a good idea of who Veronika London is. You're an actress. You're a model. Some refer to you as the next Megan Fox, but I'm going to say probably a smarter one. Well, I have to say that because you know something, it's got to be, because you can't slide down from there. So you're a better version of that. You've been involved in the Cinemax series, Lingerie. You've been on Showtime shows, Body Language. You've done a lot of things. But what we're going to wind up doing here is starting at the beginning. Basically begin where you started out in modeling, and then we're going to go from there, because there are a lot of components to you that people that don't know you wouldn't actually know unless they went through your whole bio and started pinpointing stuff. Because the most intriguing thing I find is that you are a martial artist. Which means that when your daddy sent you out on a date, he didn't have to worry about you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was always able to take care of myself.
There you go. Well, that's why you made sure you did it. But let's start at the beginning. How did you get involved in modeling? Because right now, just so our listeners know, right now you reside in Canada, but you were born in Mexico. So you're gonna tell us this whole story because it's an intriguing story. So let's go.
Yeah. Well, I was born in Mexico. And then at the age of 5, my dad got transferred to work to Canada. And so my family and I, we moved to Canada. And I grew up in Toronto, pretty much. Did a bit of traveling to the States as my dad got transferred for work. Came back at the age of 18 and decided to get into theater. Which is when I was trying to decide if whether I actually did want to stay in film or television or go into marketing or go into PR. And then I met this girl, Noelle Dubois. She's also an actress who's now in the States. And then she hooked me up with a photographer. She's like, well, I think you have a great look. Why don't you just do a photo shoot to start promoting yourself? And then I did a photo shoot. And the pictures turned out great. And I just post them on several sites like MySpace or Facebook and all that stuff. And they became really popular. And different photographers wanted to work with me. So it was never actually planned, like the whole modeling thing. But it got me a lot of attention, which was good because it made me very comfortable in front of the camera, which you need to be when you're acting, pretty much.
Oh, without a doubt. But this is not something that you were a little kid and you said, okay, I want to be a model, I want to be an actress.
Oh, no, not at all. And then when I did my first headshots after my first year that I did theater, it was really funny because I was at the print shop picking up my prints, and then there was an editor there for a new magazine, and she saw my smile and stuff like that. She's like, "Wow, you have a great like commercial look. I'm starting a new magazine. Would you be interested in modeling?"
Wow.
So literally, it was just like the right place at the right time, but not even really seeking it, and I just kind of rode the wave with it.
So you're over there at the line of Kinko's, and somebody sees you, and they're like, "Wow, you get discovered in the."
Well, it wasn't like Kinko's. It was one of those like private like printing places, but still, it was just a very random that someone right there at the same time was going to be.
Well, I said Kinko's, okay. But no, it's just interesting how things happen. That when you're not seeking it, it just happens for you, and I that's what makes the story amazing. Because look, we've had Playboy models on the cover models on the show. We've had other type of models, actresses, actors on the show. I'm not impressed when somebody goes and they seek this out from a young age and this is what they're looking to do. I'm more impressed when you're not looking for it and all of a sudden it falls on top of you because it's meant to be for you.
Yeah. Well, it's actually how the acting also came about because in my last year that I finished my theater training, I was going to head back to school to do PR or marketing. And it was my last photo shoot that I was going to do for the band, The Ending, their promo material for their CD release.
Okay.
And I even told myself, I was like, okay, this is going to be the last photo shoot. I'm going to dedicate myself to like business. And then it turns out the director of the person that was going to be directing the music video for the band The Ending, they really liked my picture, and then they're like, well, if she's going to be in the cover of the album, I want her to be the lead in the music video. And they tracked me down on MySpace and on Facebook. They're like, oh, we were just wondering if you'd like to be the lead in the music video. This is really last minute. We dropped the last girl, but you have the perfect look. Are you interested in shooting in like the next 2 days? And after I shot that, I was like, that's it. I'm sticking to film. Like, I fell in love with it. Which is really weird because it was right when I was about to like go back to school.
But it was a choice. It was a choice where you could have went to school and been secure in PR and marketing and done well with that. And actually, you would be the one working with the models and the actresses, getting them exposure. But then how things change because now you're the one that needs a PR person.
Well, I like the marketing side. Like, I've always been very interested in studying that either way because you need to sell yourself at the end of the day. Like, the way I see it, it's really show business. It's not show art. Once you get the titles, then you can do whatever you want to do. But till then, you got to play the game.
Oh, of course, you have to go and you got to market yourself. I mean, for all intents and purposes, you have to pimp yourself out, get exposure, and so on and so forth. But you need to do that in order to get out there for people to know who you are.
Oh, totally.
But now, see, that's one part, and we're gonna get back into that in a second. What I'm more interested right now, I'm more interested in how did Veronika get involved in martial arts? Because you're pretty, people look at you like, oh my God, you probably have guys passing out like, oh my God, But the reality is that you're tough as nails because of your martial arts background. So give it up. Talk to me about that.
Well, I actually started when I was about 5. I was always like a lot into sports. So I started just taking it because my brother used to take it and I wanted to hang out with him.
Right.
And then I stopped because then I got more involved in jazz and dance and all that stuff. And then I started again in grade 9. And then I did it for a couple of years and then I stopped. And then my sister started taking boxing, and then I just started taking boxing with her. This just started a couple of years ago. And at the same time, I also started taking karate, and then with the theater, I had to take stage combat. So it's almost always been in my life. It wasn't just like I decided to take it. It's just always been there. But,
that's interesting because now, and I'm going to say this for anyone that's listening to the show, because, you have producers and directors and so on and so forth, that you're trained in martial arts and you're trained in stage combat. So if someone was making a movie that required you to do some action scenes, that you actually have the ability to do this without having to go to a 6 or 8 week course to learn how to do it. You already know how to do it.
Right.
All right. See, that's a big plus.
Unless it's like stunts that they want me to jump off like a really high building, and then that's a different ballgame.
Then you do that, you fall down, you break a leg. That's not good.
Then you get a stunt double.
Yeah, then you're gonna hobble around and people are gonna make fun of you and point. No, you don't want that stuff. That's not good.
No.
That's not a good thing at all. That's pretty good, because in what you're doing, you actually, by doing that, you broaden your your scope, so that you're not just stuck. Because we're talking about the Cinemax series Lingerie. Is that Cinemax or Showtime?
That one is Cinemax.
That's Cinemax, and you're in that show with a friend of ours, Lana Taylor, and you're doing that. Now, one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to be pigeonholed into doing things of that nature.
No. I'm actually I'm doing so many things right now. Like, I'm shooting a feature, which is comedy, and then I'm doing another one, which is completely like a Tomb Raider, all action, and then another one, which is like a Gia style, which is like I play a druggie that goes through like a meltdown and goes psychotic and all this stuff. So I'm pretty much just going everywhere. Like, I'd love to be the girl version of a Johnny Depp, because he's not typecast as anything. Right.
He's an open book, and I think as an actor that you need to be like that, because once they go and they put you in a particular, I guess in a particular genre, they say, well, you can only do sexy scenes and that's it. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Or you can only do something serious. Or you can only do comedy. Then you're stuck there and you really can't get out of it. But the people, like a Johnny Depp, fantastic actor. From the time he did 21 Jump Street years ago to everything that he's done, he's kind of developed himself, and he evolved as a person and as an actor, beyond his Winona Ryder days, but he evolved as a person.
Oh yeah, well, that's what I find too. I like to be challenged in this industry, and playing different roles. You learn so much about yourself and about other people, and just not being typecast is possibly the best thing ever.
Yeah, no.
But only you could do that. You have to be able to like take on different projects so people don't see you just one specific way.
Right. Well, and I'll go back to you look at. And I'm going to touch on this, not in a joking manner, but I think I have to, because I brought it up and I opened up the box. So I'm going to talk about it. You got Megan Fox, right? She is out there. She was a model. She was on Maxim, whatever she was on, and then you had a director that saw her and said, okay, you know what? I want to make her into a star, and he took her under his wing and did that. Now the reality is that she's not so well versed as an actress that she can start playing other parts. So what you're doing is making sure that you're so diverse that you can fit into any mold, that you're not putting yourself on a pedestal that you can't, you're too good to play a drug addict in a movie. You're too good to go and do this. You're not doing that at all. You're keeping yourself open.
Oh, of course. I'd rather keep myself open than just be typecast. But also in her situation, what she's doing is really smart, because she could just ride the wave pretty much right now of getting those type of roles, and then when she chooses to switch to something else, then I'm sure she's going to have the opportunity to do that as well.
Well, she can evolve if she so chooses to.
Yeah, like everybody chooses their destiny pretty much.
Yeah, and for you, again, this is something that just fell into your lap, and you just ran with it.
Of course. Well, that too.
Yeah, and you were featured in Maxim, right? And then you were featured in Now, what's Because I'm curious about that. Magazine. Huh?
Is a urban male magazine.
Okay, because I saw that. I thought you didn't remember the title. I thought you remember the title, like that magazine.
No, that's funny.
Yeah, and now you're doing you're appearing in the second season of Body Language.
Yep.
Okay, now what is Body Language about? Just pretend.
Body Language is pretty much what the life of a stripper would be like. Some people have some misconceptions of what it's actually like, or are very curious about it, and that's pretty much what the show is about. So in each episode, they have a stripper that they would feature, and pretty much her life as being a stripper.
you're not actually a stripper. You're just doing that in the show.
Yeah.
just want everyone to know that. That's why I'm saying that. I don't want your father getting all bent out of shape. But he knows you can defend yourself, so that's okay. If you go on a pole, you start spinning around, you start becoming like what's that movie with Uma Thurman? Oh my God! You start spinning around and kicking people and stuff. Oh my God.
Kill Bill or?
I forget the name of the movie. I'm just having a bad mental moment right now, but that's okay. That's just me. Now so you went, you got your features in the magazines. You're doing stuff for Showtime, doing stuff with HBO, and now you're also you said you were working on a couple of features, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about those features.
Well, one of them is a comedy, which is called How to Cook Like a Porn Star.
Okay.
It's very much like house bunny, like if you saw the movie. A lot of comedy, very bubbly.
Okay.
Which also there's a pole dancing scene for that one. And it was really entertaining to actually go to pole dancing classes. I have a whole new respect for exotic dancers.
Oh, it's a lot of work,
Quite
right?
the workout. Yes, it is. But it's a lot of fun. I'm also working on another one which is called Munera, which I play a deadly assassin. And it's so much fun to play those type of characters because they're so calm on the surface, but they're so analytical that everything is planned, and they can just intimidate you by just looking at you for 5 minutes, eye to eye. Like, it'll make a person so uncomfortable.
So now
and the other one is Burning Amber, which is also a very action type role.
So it's another action film. Now, and the other one where you play the assassin, okay, that you're in the middle of wrapping that movie up.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys finished filming, and they're in post production right now.
No, they're in the middle, still shooting.
Oh, you're still shooting. Uh oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I caught you at the tough moment. I caught you at the tough moment of your career, where you're doing tough roles.
Well, you know, I normally get stuck with a lot of those tough roles, but that's because I want them.
Right.
So I pick them.
Yeah, but you know the thing is, as I said earlier, you know you open the doors, you know, for directors, producers to come to you with different roles because you're open to doing different things as opposed to just keeping yourself in one direction and being pigeonholed.
Of course.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting because you go from a comedy like How to Cook Like a Porn Star to making an action flick, then you're an assassin, you're this, you're that, and you're also doing the the lingerie series, and then then you're in body language. So you have too many things going on. What's wrong with you?
I love being busy. I get very restless if I'm not doing something, so I have to be productive.
Well, but that's good. You know, let me tell you something. We had a friend of ours, Phil Morris, on the show. He's from Smallville and Seinfeld. And he doesn't have to work as hard as he does, but one thing that he did tell me, he said, you know, he holds the industry in the highest regard, and he has a high integrity for his craft. But in Hollywood, you have to keep working, you have to keep pushing yourself, you have to keep going for the jobs and making things happen, because if you don't do that, then you're not going to get where you need to be or where you want to be. And you're not going to be able to open the doors that you want to open. That's why what you're doing, to me, is impressive, because you're out there. You're not just saying, okay, I'm doing a series, I'm not doing anything else. You're saying, I'm going to do the series. I'll work on an independent film. I'll do a magazine spread, but I'll do the comedy. I'll do this as long as it's not compromising you.
Yeah.
And you're doing
well, like for most of the projects that I take on, it's just because it makes me feel good.
Yeah. But,
and it's under my terms, and because, at the end of the day, I need to have something lined up. So for some people that they shoot something and then they take a break, I really don't understand how they could do it. Just because it's such a unstable industry that I need consistency, but consistency for me is having projects lined up. As soon as I'm done shooting, I'm into something else, and then something else is waiting for me. That's what makes me feel good.
Yeah, but that's good because you're keeping yourself active, and if you're keeping yourself active, you're in front of people, and if you're in front of people, more opportunities are going to come your way.
Yeah.
See, Daniel-san, I understand. But
it all makes sense now.
It all makes sense now. So now we have Veronika, London, martial artist. She will hurt you, but now,
I'm also nice.
huh?
But I'm also nice.
You're too nice. Yeah, you kick somebody in the head. Boom. Oh, I'm sorry.
At least I apologize.
Yeah, at least you apologize for that. Oh my God, too funny. So now, these movies that are being filmed or that you're working on right now, are they primarily being filmed in Canada?
Yes, they are.
You know that it's funny because Canada is like a hotbed for making movies nowadays.
Oh, it is. We have a lot of really nice places in Canada, especially Vancouver. There's a lot of things that are getting shot over there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because you have the forests and you have the free insurance. You have a lot of positive things over there.
Yeah.
No, not.
Nice place.
Yeah, and in the U.S. we don't have free insurance. We have to pay with our blood. With our blood, sweat, and tears, and still they deny us. You get the rubber stamp saying you're denied.
Denied.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. So what else do you have going on with you? Because it's interesting that your father, you were born in Mexico, right? And I am cranking back because this is a free flowing show today. So you were born in Mexico. Your father took a job in Canada, so bypassed the United States in total. He went by, so he jumped to the other side of the continent. He's like, oh, no U.S., oh, going to Canada. Okay, so he goes there, and how old were you when you were
5.
You're 5, and that's when you started doing martial arts and everything. And your sister boxes, you said?
Yeah. Well, she's a kickbox instructor.
Oh, there you
so
go.
I just, well, that's how I usually spend a lot of time with her because my schedule's relatively busy, so I like to work out. 2 birds with 1 stone, so hang out with her and I'm working out.
Ah, see, but yeah, you keep that connection with your sister, and that way,
yeah.
And I'm sure she's competitive, so you guys will beat the crap out of each other, I'm sure. Yeah, I know, it's true, right?
Actually, no, we've never been in the ring together. That's probably a good thing.
Yes, I know, that's probably a good thing, is you'll come out with no teeth, and then she'll come out with a messed up leg. And
actually, I did try sparring a couple of times, and then once I saw this girl really get, knocked out, and after that I was like, well, my career is based on the way I look, so I think I should back off of this.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, what's her face? Was it Michelle Rodriguez? You don't want to be one of those and get jacked up, and then that's it.
And then it's over. Well, your career's over.
And then it's over now. But she's a high-end star, so she's done a lot of things, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, totally.
But no, she's cool people. I think what happens when you're in the public eye, you have a lot of pressure, but you have all the paparazzi, and then they write what they want about you, and they never really tell the real truth about who the person is. That's why we're happy to have this show, that we're able to talk about the real person and not just go and talk about a particular project or talk about the bad things. We talk about everything.
What is actually going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I also find really interesting when I read features or articles about me. Half of it isn't really true, and people don't really know how you express yourself, during an interview. So they don't really get to know you, but they think they know you. So they read those things, which I find really interesting.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can see that totally, because you have look, if somebody didn't know you and they read an article and they said, oh, she's in HBO's lingerie and body language, this and that, and all of a sudden they forge an opinion about you.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay, and when they do that, they're already putting a label on you without even knowing you. And I think it's not right, because you're judging someone based on what? You don't know them.
But then again, at the end of the day, everybody judges everybody, so I don't even pay attention to any of that stuff anymore. I just kind of do my thing. Yeah, good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, because, look, we had Michael Lohan, Lindsay Lohan's father, on the show, and, look, he gets judged all the time. And when he had the opportunity to talk about how he felt and who, or what happened with him, and we were getting calls saying, oh, wow, we didn't know that. We didn't know that he was that type of guy. We thought he was a bad guy. But now when people get to hear the story, they're like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. I mean, how many people know that you have a martial arts background, that you can severely hurt somebody?
Well, it's getting pretty well known. Most interviews consist of that. That seems to become a topic.
What, the martial arts?
Yeah.
Oh man, and I thought I had breaking news. Oh my god. Now I feel horrible.
But it's all good.
No, but that's all good. Now, beyond these projects, what else do you have going on in your life?
Well, I'm also the product model for the clothing brand, Juice.
Okay.
Which is, I really like their line. It's just very edgy kind of t-shirts.
Okay.
And I'm also the blogger for Queen West magazine. My style is very like rocker, kind of glam rock.
Okay.
And they were looking for someone to be blogging about that, which already has a following and a base and a fan base and all that stuff. So I decided to take that on as well.
So you're
I love fashion. Fashion is so much fun. So
but you're a mad blogger now.
I love blogging. I was never a blogger before, but now I just love sharing information.
Right.
Like just giving back and helping people in different ways if they need something.
That's
so
cool.
It makes me feel good to blog.
That's good because you're more into the fashion, you said, than you are into other things.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. You said you were more into fashion.
Well,
so
yeah,
I'm just expanding on that thought. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I just.
Yeah, I'm messing you up today, but that's okay.
I'm like, wait, what is he talking about?
I confused you. Ha No, but you're into fashion, and what type of fashion are you into?
More very glam rock. I like the reds and the blacks and the chains and jeans and t-shirts, boots. A lot of jewelry and stuff.
Ah, so you got all the jewelry. You're getting it, but you have your own style. So when people see you, if see, because you're in movies and everything else. So when you have your own style and you're going out there, people see you, they look at you like, wow, you start making a statement.
Mhm.
Okay, and then.
Well, I don't really like to blend in with everyone else, and I just dress like how I feel like dressing. And most of the time, I'm in the they call it like the badass type of look, or kind of that type of look. But I'm kind of dressing me.
Okay, well you're expressing yourself, and you're not afraid to do that.
No, not at all.
Okay, and
it's what stands out at the end of the day, either way.
Yeah, no, without that. What's that website for that blog that you're blogging from?
QueenWestMag.com.
QueenWestMag.com. The reason I just want you to let that out so that people know they can go and blog with you or listen to what you have to say. And I'm sure you have Twitter and all that stuff as well, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, of course. You're a social networking freak. That's why.
So important.
Yeah, but
it's like the biggest things right now: Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, you got tweet. Got Twitter. But no, you that's good because you're out there and you're working on all these shows and everything, so it allows you to connect with your audience or your fans. Which is a good thing because you probably have a zillion fans out there.
It's fun. Like a lot of people are also starting out and they ask me for advice. And I was in the same shoes of trying to figure things out before, so if they have questions, then I just answer them at the same time.
Oh, so you're not putting yourself on a pedestal. You're actually trying to help people if they need it.
Yeah, like if I totally believe in karma. So if you help someone, someone's gonna help you when you need help.
Yeah.
It's just how it's supposed to be. Like adding value to people's lives is what I want to do at the end of the day.
Well, that's a good way to look at it, and actually that's a mature way to look at it. Because what you put out is what you get back. You have to pay it forward. You have to. If for you, this wasn't something again that you were looking to do. It fell in your lap, and this is how things happened. But now you're taking it to where you think it can go, and you keep pushing it forward. But you're helping people that may need your advice. So if they do tweet you, are you actually responding back, or do you have one of those PR people doing it?
No, I actually respond to things. Like my schedule, I set time apart to actually just deal with my Facebook and Twitter and like all those sites kind of thing.
Okay.
So my schedule is 24/7.
Well, but you know what? You have to do that now because as your career starts to expand, you're not going to have too much time for a lot of stuff. So yeah, you will have that assistant and out there doing your little Twitter thing and doing all that stuff because you want to keep in touch with with your fans. Yeah, you want to keep in touch with people, but you know something. At least you're letting them know now that this is you, and if it's not you, then somebody else is going to be doing it, right? I see a lot of I guess quote unquote celebrities that have Twitter and they're not even doing it themselves. They hire somebody to do it for them.
Well, I also understand that because sometimes when your schedule is really busy, you really don't have time to do that, especially if you're shooting movies. You're on set 16 hours. You finally get home. You have 4 hours to sleep before you're back on set. It's really hard to keep up to date with all those things.
Yeah.
So I could see where people come from also.
Yeah, but I also see other people that, look, maybe he's a bad example, but you have John Mayer. He tweets all the time. I swear, I don't know, is he coming out with a new album? What's he doing? He has too much time on his hands, I think.
Yeah.
He has way too much time on his hands, I think. He's like
he might just be coming out with something.
Yeah.
You always have to cause a commotion in PR before you come out with something you're going to sell.
Yeah, well, that's true, too. You create a ripple, and people are listening or saying whatever, and they're like, okay, well, here goes my new CD. Come buy it.
Yeah, and this movie's coming out, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm not Kanye West. I'm John Mayer. So, Veronika, let me ask you, what do you have? What else do you have going on right now? You have any events going on? Are you doing anything else that your fans may want to know about?
Well, I started getting very involved with different types of charities. So I'm going to be attending an event at the end of this month, October 24th, in Toronto, to raise money for breast cancer. To be a lingerie, Las Vegas, Victoria's Secret type of fashion show, so I'm going to be taking part of that.
Cool.
So yeah, the more I get involved in this industry, the more I realize you really have to give back to people and be really grateful for the opportunities that come your way.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
I'm trying to do that.
But you're giving back, and that's a good thing, especially for breast cancer. I think that's fantastic, and it makes you look good too because people see that, and they kind of they say, okay, well she's doing this, then there has to be some good there without them even knowing you.
Well, there's a lot of good in me.
Oh no, but you know that, and I know that from talking to you.
But it's just for other people to know.
Yeah, because I believe your actions speak louder than your words. Like a lot of people can go and say anything they want to say in the world, but it's what you do
That makes a difference.
it makes a difference. It defines you. So if you tell me, you're against child abuse, and you go home, you're beating your kid, then that's a problem.
Of course, yeah.
There's a big disconnect. So, but that's good. Now, Veronika, this is the time of the show because I know you have things to do. Why don't you give us your website information and give us your Twitter, your MySpace, anything that you want to give to listeners so that they can follow you.
Yep. Well, you can check me out at www.veronikalondon.com. Also,
but that's Veronika London with a K, not a C.
Oh yes.
You see, and I'm over here correcting. I'm adding that in.
It's really funny because when people try to email me for different things or whatever, and they're always like, well, your email address never works, and I'm like, well, did you put a K or a C? So that always seems to be the thing that stands out.
Yeah, well, Veronika, with a K is not common.
Right. Well, that's the whole point of it.
I know that's the whole point of it. That's what I'm saying. It makes you a little bit different. People are like, oh wow, yeah, that girl, the K girl. All right, good deal.
Yeah.
So you have your MySpace, which is Veronika London, right?
Yep, my MySpace. Actually, the MySpace can be found under Lucky Gladys, which is my middle name.
Okay.
And my blog, which is The Secret Diary of a Call Girl.com.
Oh, what Secret Diary of a Call Girl? That's your blog?
Yep.
Is that different than the Queen West magazine one?
Yep, it's my personal blog, which is pretty much the behind the scenes of what it's like to actually be in this industry.
Oh, excuse me. Now you have two blogs. How special are we today? Now, what about your Twitter?
My Twitter is just Veronika London.
Veronika London. Okay, that's fantastic. So now what do we have going on for you? We have you. Are you still on the HBO series Lingerie?
Yeah, so that got picked up for the second season. That's going to start shooting in March of next year.
Nice. Well, congratulations to you for
Thank you.
for getting that. But the great thing about your mindset, which I like, is that you understand what you're doing. And you're not just doing a series like lingerie or the body language series. You're not just doing that saying, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing forever. You're breaking
Right. Well,
out of it immediately.
Yeah, I'm just using that really for the exposure because it gets a lot of people talking, but I'm working on a lot of films, which is what I want to do. So it's kind of like I'm just leveraging off those so you can watch my movies and get attention.
Well, you know what? That's smart because that's smart marketing. And that, of course, because you went to school for marketing. How dumb am I?
Oh, yeah. It all makes sense after.
Yes, it all makes sense now. Oh, my God. No, but that's fantastic. I think that you're going to have a great career in films and in television. I think that your modeling part of it. I think that what you're doing in film is going to outshine that by a long margin. I think the next time they put you on a cover is going to be to talk about what you're doing in films and your television, and not just over there modeling something. You know, even though you do have your I guess your modeling gigs or representation gigs with the clothing line. But why do I have a feeling that as you progress further, that you have it in your mind that you're going to come out with your own line?
Oh my God, you're a genius.
I know, I am. How smart am I?
I'm already thinking about that.
Yeah, you see.
Because it's all about branding and sales, that's why.
Oh my God, let me tell you, son. Whatever guy marries you, they are in for it because they better be movers and shakers because you're gonna leave them in the dust.
Well, that's part of the whole glam rock thing. That's just planting the seed.
Yeah, that's it. You plant the seeds, you let it grow. Plant the seed, let it grow. Well, I think you're planting a lot of seeds, and I think you're gonna have a lot of stuff growing. Yeah, you know, before we leave, you did some music videos. You were in a whole bunch of them, right? And was it for the same group?
Oh no, I've done it all from rock to R&B to different languages to country and all that stuff, and even in Spanish.
Wow, you did country?
Yeah, the singer was like country type of song, but I was with somebody else, and we were like in the farm, and you know, that type of very romantic and soft and clean.
Oh, nice. Well, you have to let me know when you do a Spanish country song because I want to hear that.
So do I, actually.
Actually, that'd be interesting if you think about it. That could be a whole new genre.
Yeah.
And we launched it here.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, I think you should.
I'm gonna come out with it specifically.
I know. I think that'd be interesting. You might go out there and become a big, country singer, but in Spanish, and that'd be. Oh wow! Check us out. I want my points on that, by the way. But anyway, Veronika, I think, as I said, seriously, I think that you have a bright career ahead of you in films and television. Anything you put your mind to, I think you're going to be successful because you're not one of these people that are just in Hollywood and are brainless. You're out there with a plan. This wasn't meant for you to do. It fell in your lap. And now you're making the most of it. Now you're going to expand on it with your marketing experience and everything. You're making yourself more valuable, and any director that's out there that's looking for someone that knows how to market themselves, they look at you that has acting talent. You can go from a central role to an action role, market it, get yourself out there. Someone like you is a dream to them because it makes it easier for them to get things done.
Thank you.
And that is the truth. I'm saying that is all joking aside. I know we had some fun moments during this show, but that was serious and that's from the heart because I really think that you're going to wind up doing it. That's why I like doing the show because it allows me to learn more about the person that's on here of our guest because there's a side, as I said, that most people don't get to see.
Yeah, well, it's really funny that you touched on that point because I have some scripts lined up with directors that are writing scripts for me specifically because they know that I have the talent and that I can market it, which is a great compliment from my side. And I feel like I'm just doing my thing, but apparently it comes across as something that's really, really good. So thanks for seeing me.
but you see, I am like psychic. Oh my God. I'm like psychic. I'm like reading your mind.
You can.
Yeah, I can. But that's great stuff. That just shows their I guess they see the value.
Yeah.
They see the value, and it comes down to value. Because look, in Hollywood, what does it come down to? You can be the greatest actor in the world, the greatest director, everything else. If the film doesn't make money, you're out of business.
You're so right. That's so funny you mentioned that. 'Cause that's like one of the first directors that I met. He's like, you can look great, you can have talent, but if you're not going to bring money in, we're not going to cast you.
Yeah.
That's why they told me it's show business, not show art. So understand the business, and you'll be fine. And
Yeah.
that's what I did.
But that's the thing. It is a business. Even though you want to hone your craft and doing what you do, you wanna go out there and say, okay, this is a business. This is what I have to do. This is my personal business plan and how I'm gonna make this successful. You did that.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I didn't know that before you came on the show.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the whole point of also doing laundry and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was all part of the plan.
Well,
the map.
That's pretty cool. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, just so you know. Because I just got word on this today that you're gonna see me in Toronto.
Oh, when?
In October.
Really? Exciting.
At the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was invited. They're bringing me in as a VIP. Wow, I was so happy.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, but that's going to be a great event for breast cancer, and that's the Las Vegas fashion show. That's by Playful Chick Parties.
Oh yeah,
and
that's have lots of fun with a lot of hotties.
Yeah, well, Terry, her and I, we had a nice little chit chat, and she said, "Come on down." I said, "No." She said, "Come on down." I said, "No." She said, "Come on down." I said, "No." And then she said, "Come on down." I said, "Okay, I'll go. If it's for a good cause, I'll go."
Stop pulling my leg.
Yeah, don't twist my arm, please.
Yeah.
All right, but that's on October 24th. That's on a Saturday, and that's in Toronto. And do you have the website? I don't have it in front of me. Do you have the website, perchance?
The website.
I think it's playfulchickparties.com.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, then I'm going to say it's playfulchickparties.com. For any of our listeners that are in Toronto and want to go to an amazing event for a good cause and be around a lot of nice looking women, and then a lot of hotties, and well, I'll be there for whatever that's worth. But you can go to playfulchickparties.com, go buy the tickets, hang around all the beautiful women there, all for a good cause, because breast cancer. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's a horrible, horrible disease. Mm-hmm. And we have to keep making people aware of it, especially with breast cancer, to get the mammograms and get everything done, because this is something that has to slow down or has to eventually stop at some point, and hopefully they do develop something to stop it, because a lot of good people have left our lives because of breast cancer. And that is it with that. Veronika, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. It's been a pleasure, and again, when you first came on, I didn't know what to expect. Even after.
Now, what do you think?
Well, you know something? I like you. Before I was like, I don't know, well, whatever, But no, seriously, I put you in a different light because of how you handled your career.
Thank you.
Because, again, as you said, you're running it as a business, which means any producers that are out there have to understand if an actor has that kind of runs things in their life in regards to their professional career as a business, they want the project to succeed, because if it doesn't succeed, it affects their business.
Of course, yeah.
So for a producer, it's like, all right, that's a home run. Because now,
win-win situation.
Yeah, because you're going to go out there, you're going to hustle, you're going to market it, you're going to do what you need to do to make it happen.
Yeah, well, that's almost my favorite part, too, the marketing side. Like, I love all of it, but, like, just getting out there and getting my name out and seeing people and negotiating and all that stuff, I really thrive off that.
Yeah, see, but I don't know. I think that I think in the next few years you're gonna be at a higher level, and in the same way I know that I'm on the phone with you right now. It's the same way in 2 years' time that you and I are going to be on the phone again, because yes, you will be on the phone with me. You will not forget me. No, but you will be on the phone, and you'll be telling us about some great stuff that you have going on, and probably doing some studio work, and really, doing some high budget films, and more importantly, doing films that you bring value to, and bring value to film lovers and film goers, not only in Canada, not only in the United States, but worldwide, and that is your goal.
Of course, yeah.
And you'll make it all happen. No doubt about it. Okay, Veronika, thank you so much. I want you to enjoy your day, and we want to have you back on, as I said, as your career progresses, so we can get an update, follow you, and for our listeners, the website is veronikalondon.com, right?
Yeah.
And then the MySpace, it was
Lucky Gladys.
Say again?
Lucky Gladys.
Lucky Gladys. Lucky. So that's like Gladys. That's like Oprah's middle name, right? Or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but it's something like that. And then she tweets, she this, she that. I don't know. She is a machine. and on that note, we're done. Thank you again, Veronika. You enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.